done it! They have gone back to back for the second year in a row!
What is
They
up,
have won the Stanley
everybody?
Cup!
My name's DG, and I'm joined, as always, by my lovely, beautiful co-host, the Milkman. And this is episode 12 of the Loose Pucks. Milkman, how we feeling? 3-0 week
great.
since we last talked. Bring that energy.
I haven't lost. The energy's here. I think both you and me said we were going 3-0 this week. It was fucking done.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We went 3-0. Some of the game, one of the games I think got a little close, but in all, we dominated this week, and it was nice. And it's not the only sport that we dominated. Tampa looked good overall.
Oh, great weekend of sports. Just real quick, shout out to Shelby. We had you on last week. Shout out to you for being a doubter, okay? We're going to put you in the category of doubter. I'm 100% in doubter as the guy that pronounced them dead. But you have now joined me because you doubted the Lightning from going 3-0. Look at the schedule, man. You got to beat the bad teams. You got to beat the bad teams, and you find a way to win. And I love this tweet by Shelby. She said yesterday, the Tampa Bay find a way to win again. Like, It's wild. Then you fast forward to last week, we beat the Eagles. They couldn't do shit on or off the field. They got their ass literally beat on and off the field, like in the stands. And I think you can attest that I was not very rowdy that game. I was in my playoff mood. I was very calm and collective. Can you please vouch for me?
Genuinely blew my mind. I thought this was going to be the worst. Not worst. Depends how you take that. But I thought this was going to be the rowdiest that you had been by far, because I thought the playoff intensity was going to increase. But
I was
didn't.
laser focused.
You did not want to get thrown out of that game, Devin.
No.
You were staying in the stands. You were going to watch that game to completion, and you were not getting escorted by the Popo out of there.
It's true. I did say a couple slick things, and an Eagles fan said, wow, I didn't know people from Tampa are douchebags. And I said, says the Eagles fan. And then supposedly he told your brother who's sitting next to him, he didn't know that we were like cool. He said he wanted to throw my ass down the stairs.
And this is actually when someone else heard that happen. And I actually had to hold this person back.
That would be my father.
Also, yeah, your father actually
Never
heard,
seen him get so angry.
This guy say, I was literally with both hands. You didn't see this because it was covered. I was holding it, and he's slapping me, trying to get me off him. I'm like, no, I can't let you go. Like, you can't kill this man right now. Like, he just said like a slick comment. He's not actually gonna throw your son down the stairs. Like, it's gonna be okay.
And it's probably a good thing.
Fuming,
it probably was a good thing that I did not hear that comment.
Oh my God!
I would have.
If both of you would have heard it, like your dad and you, it would.
Yeah,
and
I've never seen my dad that angry.
Down too.
Yeah, I've never.
He was losing. I mean, I was genuinely holding him back. I was one of the few times in my life, hold me back, bro. I was holding him back.
Shout out to my dad for having my back, man. Scummy ass Eagles fans. But we're not here to talk about football. No. We're here to talk about the Bolts. This is a hockey podcast, and God damn it, Milkman, I feel fucking good. This team
feels fucking great.
is just fucking phenomenal. Quick recap. Canucks, sorry as shit, having a mediocre ass season. We beat them 4-2. Saturday night against the Stars. They can't hold our fucking jockstrap either. 3-1. And last night made me tired as fuck for work. 6-4. 6-4. Stayed up the entire game, and we dressed 4 defensemen. We're going to get into that a little bit later because I got a lot to say about that Kings game because golly, and I'm doing my shoot the puck first. You ain't taking my shit this week. You ain't taking my shit this week.
I'll take the back seat a little bit this time. You can have it. I was getting a little boisterous last episode. I was making sure I was going to get mine in, so I'm giving it to you this week.
All right, appreciate that. So Canucks first game. We beat them 4-2 on Thursday. Overall thoughts on the game. What did you think?
Overall thoughts, we were the better team. We had the better goalie. We had the better forecheck. We had the better defenders. And at the end of the day, we had more chances, and we were the better team. The goal that stood out to me was when we had the 2-on-0. It was number 13, Mr. Kachuk, who put it in. And it was the give and go and give back. And he actually went far post, which you rarely see. The give, go, nice. Give back far post. It's normally near post coming back. And that was beautiful. It seemed like more of a.
That was him and Radish. That was him and Radish, I believe.
Exactly. It was the youngins. It felt like a veteran type of move, a veteran type of play. And it's not. It's two rookies who did it. So overall, that game, we did look like the better team. The second game as well. Again, I think we're the better team. The defenders, I know they have Miro Heiskanen. They have good players. They have Lindbergh over there, or Klinberg, excuse me. Our defenseman is better. McDonough, he's a freaking stud. Hedman, I'm sure you're going to get into Hedman as you're going to talk about the Kings game. I wasn't able to stay up for it. I had to get up early in the morning on Wednesday. But I think we were just better. I mean, I know we played them a couple of Stanley Cups ago, and they're still a good team, but
I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. That tournament for them, they had just an incredible run when we played them. They were just on fire. But especially they don't have the core. These other teams in the league, with the exception of the Panthers, but I don't believe they have the firepower in the core that's been together as long as our core has been together, if that makes sense. Right? Like,
oh, that's a fact. I mean, the Stamkos, Point, Kucherov, Vasil, those guys, like, they don't have that.
Hedman, their Palat's like still been here for a while. You know, like, we have so many people that have just played together, and they've seen any and everything. And what good hockey teams do is they beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. You can't control who you play who's on the schedule, but when you get those games that you got to win, they won them. And I didn't see us take a step back whatsoever. Didn't really watch the Stars game, but watched, the highlights. But the Kings game and the Vancouver game, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Matthew Joseph stepping up. The youngins, I feel like a broken record. We're saying the same shit over and over again, but that's just the MO with this team is these young guys got to keep stepping it up, and they are stepping it up. Shame on me for fucking thinking it was going to happen in the first 2 weeks of the season. They got to get a little acclimated, but golly, the NHL is going to be fucking... Let me ask you this. How mad do you think the rest of the NHL is when, say, we make the playoffs and they start seeing Taylor Radish and fucking Boris Kachuk light it up? How fucking mad do you think they're going to be?
They think everyone in the NHL thought this was their year. Finally, the Bolts, they're under cap constraints to the point where we couldn't even dress two guys. We were down two guys at the game last night with the Kings a couple nights ago when you guys are listening to this. When those guys, and this was huge, we knew as Bolts fans, as the Bolts community, we know how instrumental it was with the players that we lost, that these guys from Syracuse stepped up and played well. And they did in the beginning. We begged for a month, almost a month and a half, for them to just be relevant, for us to just notice them on the ice. And now here they are crushing it. Game in, game out, making an impact, scoring goals, playing the PK, doing what they need to do to allow, which are finally our top lines back, having Kucherov, having Point, have them all back, allowing them to put up some of the goals, and then they're just filling in the roles. And it's all we asked for, and they're doing it. And so, yeah, I think the NHL and the league in general, they're annoyed because they all think it's this year. And I just don't.
Listen, these fucking moves, these moves that we made this offseason, Belmar, Perry, Kachuk, and Radish coming up. We replaced a fucking...
What about Bogosian, too? Even
Bogo, back. But that's the other thing is Bogo and Chernak cannot stay healthy, which is not a good thing.
Chernak's been rough this year, yes.
I've never seen Chernak get... Like, he's usually, like, one of the tougher guys. I've never seen him get so hurt in a season. What did you do this offseason? He's been having a rough year, injury-wise. But just the fact, like, shout out to this front office to continuously not only draft... And you can't even be mad at us. Because it's not like we're going out and signing superstars. We are breeding these guys within our organization, drafting and developing these guys to put them in positions to do it. And it is a work of fucking art. Period. Like there's nothing else I can say besides it is a work of art by the front office.
Yeah, I agree. I think you nailed the head on, or pinned the nail. I can't even get the phrase.
Let's just give it up.
Forget about it. You crushed it, bro. That is exactly what I wanted to say. Word for word. That is what I felt in my heart. That is what I wanted to be saying.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But I do have one bone to pick, and it's with the NHL. So, going into the Kings game. So, for those of you who don't know, we dressed 4 defenders. You might ask, why we dressed 4 defenders? Well, the NHL is fucking stupid. Let me just say that. They took away the taxi squad, and since Ruda, Bogosian, Chernak, and Schuster all are hurt, they're still technically on our roster, and they're not on LTIR. Their salaries still count on our roster. So we couldn't call anyone up because we would then be in violation of over the cap. So even though they're hurt and they can't play for a couple games, we can't call anyone up. That is the stupidest fucking rule I think ever. You look at baseball. I know baseball doesn't have a cap, but they have a 40-man roster. It should always be some sort of taxi squad, especially during COVID. You should always. I think they just reinstated it, but that's bullshit. That's horseshit. And we're lucky as fuck that we have 4 studs that, oh my God. You know, imagine how tired they were. They skated more than half the game. Yeah.
Hedman, whatever, like 34 minutes, 33 minutes, something.
That is fucking insane.
Stupid.
That's crazy. He's usually at what, like 20, 22, 23. 10 more minutes of full speed hockey than you already play. Fix it, NHL. Fix it. God, that's so dumb. That should never, ever, ever happen, especially when you have minor leagues and shit like that. That should never fucking happen. You don't see that happen in the fucking NFL. You don't see it happen in the NBA. You're able to call people up and still be within the cap. Okay? If we have someone that's fucking down on the taxi squad and he's some fucking... It's not like we're signing Eichel, okay? Eichel, putting him on our fucking taxi squad to play in the fucking NHL and then come up. We're not doing that. We're bringing up people from the AHL. And just because we have a better fucking AHL than a lot of other teams, we can't call them up. Fuck off. Fix the rule. Stop being dumb. But great job, defense. Great job. Great job.
Good job, guys.
Do you not think that's stupid?
No, it is stupid. I understand it because, I mean, you need some type of regulation, but at the same time, like, if there's injuries, maybe...
Who's faking an injury not to have your... Who's faking
I agree.
having an injury when he's a starting defender on your team? Like, let's fake an injury so we can bring up an AHL guy.
Maybe there should be a short-term IR. Not maybe like an LTIR, maybe a shitter, a short-term IR.
But then that's where I feel like it can be a little tricky.
But if you don't have, you need that in there though, because if you don't have it, then I can kind of understand where they're coming from. But at the same time, it is bullshit. Like it is bullshit that injuries are preventing you from being able to even roster a team. We literally were down 2 men. We couldn't even put guys in there. So I that is bullshit. There needs to be a way around that.
I just fixed it. I fixed it right here. So you got your regular cap for your team. Then you have a taxi squad cap. Period.
Wow.
As long as your taxi squad, every time if this is just regular hockey, if it's a roster guy and he's on a one-way and you bring him up and then send him down, he clears waivers, he can go back and get reassigned to the AHL. That's fine, but everyone still has a chance to pick him up. But
I like this.
If you have a taxi squad cap and you're always under that cap for the taxi squad, you can bring people up, but the same rules apply. If he's not on a two-way deal where he can get sent back up and down without having to go through waivers, then it is what it is. But if you have a taxi squad, cap, I feel like that would be pretty smart.
I agree with it. The problem that happens in the NHL with this, and I heard this on a Chicklets episode. The coaches, obviously, they want the best possible players to be in the NHL. And then they want the guys after that to be in the taxi squad, and then the guys after that would be in the AHL. Unfortunately, a lot of the very young, good talent is that middle area. The not is good enough to be on the NHL roster, but better than most of the AHL roster. So they're like right in that middle. But that's the time where they need to play. They need to get the reps. They need to get the time. And so what the managers are doing is they're putting those players who are the rookies, who are the young 19, 20, 21-year-olds, and they're putting them in those taxi squad spots, and they're not getting any reps. And they're not progressing their game, and they're not going where they should be. So that is the reason they got rid of the taxi squad. And I'm just talking from the Chicklets part that I heard. And it made sense to me. And logically that makes sense because you want your 19, 20,
let me revise taxi squad. It mirrors the Major League Baseball, right? You got your 40-man roster. So maybe taxi squad was the wrong term that I was using. I'm not saying that they sit in Tampa, all they're doing is practicing and, not playing in AHL games. It's basically not a 40-man roster because you don't need it that big for hockey. But just like in baseball, you got some AA guys on there. You got some AAA guys on there. And then when they're not up with the big club, they're able to be down playing with the other team. So it's basically a 40-man roster. So you have your main roster, and then you have a cap of, we'll call it a taxi squad. They're able to come up from those other places, not just sitting in Tampa. Just you're playing in Syracuse, you get a fucking call. Hey, we got a guy that literally got injured in pre-skate. We need him out here right now. And he's able to fly from Syracuse, come play in the game without us being over the cap.
No, I think that's it.
Did I just fix the NHL?
Right there. You just fixed the NHL.
I literally me for commissioner. I just fixed the fucking NHL.
NHL in this next episode and just have them listen to that little excerpt right there, and they need to put
it took 10 minutes, but I fixed the NHL.
We did it.
In 10 minutes, and they're going to take 2 years to implement it.
10 decade, easy.
They're so far behind, dude.
It is.
But let's get into this Kings game in depth, because out of these 3 games,
and you stayed up this one, you said, right?
Oh yeah, whole game.
Yeah,
so out of the 3 games this past week, this is one of those ones where you're gonna look back and say, well, goddamn. For every reason that we just said, 4 defensemen dress, so they're playing a shit ton. You're taking penalties, stupid penalties. So you're switching guys out, defenders out. Sergachev looks like he almost gets hurt, goes off to the side, and then comes back in like a fucking warrior. So they got the whole defensive woes. You get an early lead. Hedman, you're the fucking best defenseman in the league. We'll get to you later in my shoot the puck segment.
I knew it.
You get us our first goal, and then boom, boom, back to back. Now we're losing. And then it's 2-1. And then comes angry fucking Cooch. First of all, let me just say this. The refs last night were horrible. Absolutely atrocious. They did a Deneau slew-footed Braden Point. So if you don't know what a slew-foot is,
yeah, I saw
you kick their skates from with under them and you fall backwards. And you can hit your head. It's literally
10 times should be a tripping
but it's penalty. It's most besides whacking somebody with a stick like a baseball bat. It is the dirtiest play that you could do in hockey. The dirtiest. I listened. WDA was talking about it. Eric Olson. Oh, that's why he did it. That's why he did it. WDAE had Eric Erlison on, and he was talking about that they needed the NHL only fines $5,000. Fines you $5,000, and there's not even like a game suspension or anything for a slew foot when it's one of the dirtiest plays. So all this bullshit is happening, and we're down 2-1. We're not getting calls, and then you just get a beautiful fucking God. I miss him, and it gets me so excited seeing Kucherov on the power play because he just does so much. He can score, he can pass.
Don't talk about him too much because you're gonna steal my shoot the puck segment.
All right, I'll stay off Cooch, but
not too much. You can talk about it a little bit, not too much.
But his power play goal, and then everybody's in the building, they're hyped because they just scored, and he just looks over, and he just shushes everyone tells him to shut the fuck. He didn't actually say this, but I feel like he said this, right? Shut the fuck up. All right?
Just quit.
These are grown fucking champions in the building. You guys haven't won shit in a while. All right? Your glory days were in the back. All right? Cooch comes in, slams it home. Terrific game. It was a fun game. And then, I get it. Sergachev, you're probably tired. But he gives away. You cross the front of the net, and you give away the puck, and they score a shorthanded goal. So, I think that was before Kucherov scored, I believe, yeah. But still, prior to that, and then that's how Kuch gets the goal. But
it was ugly, though.
That's ugly.
It was really ugly.
That's ugly. That can't happen.
No.
So, be better. But then the boys fought back, and shout out to Matthew Joseph, loose puck's blessing. He did not score a breakaway goal, but he had a breakaway assist. Okay?
Shout out
Same
Shelby.
shit.
He
Same
had
shit.
about 5 chances in the last 3 games on breakaways. Did not convert any of them for goals, but
He
made some of them look pretty good and had a really nice assist. What about Devin's about to talk about?
Yes. And, I mean, he skates over, brings like 2 or 3 defenders with him. Basically,
4.
I
It was
thought
all.
3.
It
Holy
was like
shit.
it was the whole team that followed him.
No look pass right on the tape to Belmar. And Belmar, good God, you filthy fuck. That was so nasty. Literally, the goalie is flaring, falling the opposite direction. And I loved his response. He goes, well, I went right and he went left. God, that was so fucking sexy. It was awesome.
Makes sense. He goes right, I go left.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, shout out to the boys. But like I said, this is going to be one of those games where you look back and you're like, damn, that was a... Oh, excuse me.
Well,
that was
what about the
a
game
tough
winner,
game.
though?
That was Hedman. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's getting into my shoot the puck. All right? But
Oh,
fuck,
sorry,
I'll talk about it. I'll talk about
I
it.
thought you were closing the game. I'm like, but we didn't finish the game.
We'll close the
All
game.
right,
We'll close the
I'm
game.
I'm fine.
And Hedman, like the fucking man that he is, close it, like beautiful, just fucking snipe shot. It just feels so fucking good. He can score any type of way. The slap shot from the point, the fucking wrister, whoever the fuck wants to leave him wide open in the middle of the ice. That's really odd to me, but we'll take it. This guy can fucking, what can't he do? He can literally do everything.
Tape. He throws to the tape of both Stammer to the left and Cooch to the right on the power play. Both of them.
Yep.
It's rare you see a Hedman pass out of the wheelhouse.
Right. So with the game winner, obviously then we empty net it. But overall, just that was a game that we're gonna look back and say, "Holy fuck, this was awesome." And it's
Twitter's
one of those
popping
games.
off too about it.
Oh yeah, live. Shout out to everyone that was live tweeting. That was really fun.
Yep.
Late night, bolts after dark, Twitter. But yeah, I super proud of this team. And if you have any final closing thoughts on this game before I get to the next thing that I want to talk about, I have a public apology.
Wow. No, I would love to get this public apology. I am all ears.
Okay. I think you also owe a public apology. Once again, just for Palat. Just tell Palat you're sorry. Before I get into mine.
Palat hasn't even hurt the last few games.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Has he
but
played?
but still, just
All
apologize.
right. Well, I'm sorry, Palat.
Just
but
an overall,
get fucking healthy, bro.
like it's an overall just apology season right now.
You've done well this year. Get healthy. I am sorry.
All right. Steven Stamkos.
Yeah, you fucked up.
I fucked up, dude.
You wanted this man.
Hey! We don't gotta revisit the past.
I'm sorry. This is your fault. You're right.
We don't gotta visit the past, man. The people who are just now tuning in, now they're gonna think that I'm a. All right, yeah, I said it. I wanted him off the. I wanted him off the team for the cap space. All right, I didn't think he had it anymore. Sorry, I don't have any other words besides I'm sorry. You're the L captain. You can do no wrong. Stay as long as you like. I know you are because I'm a fucking nobody. But you're always welcome to stay forever. Yeah, named to the All-Star team and well deserved. Well fucking deserved. At some point, like during the season, he took over and was 1,000% our best player. And that's the greatest thing that I love about Stamkos this season is he is. You need me to be the best player? I'll be the best player. You need me to sit back and take a different role, go out there and play some dad hockey? I'll do that. He's done everything this year and has produced great. So well deserved to you, Stammer. I'm sorry.
I gotta say, shout out Connor on this one. Returning guest. He's been a few times on the. One of them didn't air, but he's been on a few times on the podcast here. Connor, he was very, very strong with Steven Stamkos.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the fence. I could have leaned. I was like, hey, if we got rid of him, we got the cap space. I understood it. If we kept him, he's the captain. I understood it. I was leaning either way. I'm 100% on keeping Steven, obviously, at this point. The man, he's proven his worth. Connor did not budge. That man said getting rid of Steven Stamkos would be the death of this team. And I fucking believe him at this point. If we did not have Stamkos when we lost Point, when we lost Cooch, when we lost a lot of offensive power, that power that we had, that firepower, I'm not sure how we'd be doing right now. So, shout out Connor, shout out Stammer. Both you guys, you were right.
Plug your mic in a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. I don't know what's going on.
Is it not coming in well?
There we go.
Is that better?
Much better.
Oh, shit. I really hope that wasn't bad all episode. That would be shitty.
I just started about 2 minutes ago.
2 minutes.
No.
All right,
You're on your little tangent.
Short,
You're on
shout
your
out Connor. Shout out Stammer. Both you guys are crushing it.
Absolutely. I think Connor is fucking psychic, dude.
He's been getting a lot of things.
Dude, he's run back the tapes.
Yeah.
Run back the fucking
run
tapes.
Back the tweets. Run back the tapes.
Everything. He's been spot fucking on, making us look like dumbasses. So shout out to you, Carter, for being fucking just nailing it. But yeah, let's go into our who needs to step it up, who's playing well. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to steal yours on this one. Who needs to step it up for me would actually be Mikhail Sergachev. And that's actually coming mostly from recency bias of him letting up that, just as you outlined, that miserable goal. He was by himself, got stick lifted, gave the puck up, and just let up an easy goal. When we have the injuries that we have right now, and with the cap restraints that we have, our 4 defenders that are healthy all need to step up, specifically Sergachev, because this is a monster year for him, not only offensively. He is the second guy in the PK. He hasn't really been getting many points in that situation. So my guy who needs to step up, I'm not saying he's playing bad, because he really hasn't played bad. He's made some mistakes, but it's got to be Sergachev. I really want to see him start to shine more. I want to really see him be that second top defenseman that we have. Not necessarily on Hedman's line, but next to Hedman's line, the second line, and being that offensive powerhouse. And I just haven't really seen it yet.
And who stepped up? Or, yeah, who looked good?
That's number 86. That is Nikita Kucherov. Since that man has got back on this team, and I alluded to it a little bit on the last episode, our team looks different. We look like animals again.
Dude, he's on a fucking crazy...
hungry.
He has so many points.
The
since he came back.
passes, the shots, everything is absolutely phenomenal. So mine who stepped it up, I know I'm pretty sure I have a very confident feeling I know who you're going to pick, especially coming off that Kings game recently.
Nope. You don't know.
But
you're not even going to guess.
All right, maybe I don't know shit. But my guy who stepped up is Nikita Kucherov. He's been hurt. He played 3 games to start the year, got hurt, wasn't played since because he got cheap shotted. And since then, since he's been back in, him and Point, the chemistry has been unbelievable. And I am so happy to have him back in the lineup.
Hell yeah. My person that needs to step it up is Sergachev. I think it's just crystal clear. Like, I'm not going to fucking reiterate everything that you said. Just step it up. Like, you need to step in to be that role. You're better than this. You're super talented. You have a lot of offensive scoring ability, not really showing up on the stat sheet. I know you can do it. Step it up.
That's the frustrating thing is we know we can do it. We've seen the shots. We've seen the passes. We've seen the move that movie has. Like, why can't he just put it all together?
We'll see. The season's long. The season's long. I'm not going to overreact. I learned my lesson. But my person who stepped it up, and you're going to be like, what the fuck? Cal Foote.
That is a little bit of a what the fuck moment. Tell me. Talk to me.
Cal Foote.
Okay. Because he has a little bit. And I didn't really think about it too much, but I'm ready. I'm all ears.
Yesterday, you are the absolute weakling on that defense. You cannot fuck up whatsoever. Their positioning was unfucking believable. He was stick lifting people all the time, making smart plays with the puck, just keeping it fucking simple, being physical. When they scored the first goal, I know it was a cross check and it was kind of dirty, but fuck it. If it happened to us, I'd call him a scumbag, but he's on our team, so he's good in my book. Way to have some fucking attitude and some grit about you. I think that was a big turnaround game for him because you can't hide, like, in those situations. When you have 6 defenders, dressing 6, sometimes we dress 7, you can hide your weakest link. When you're dressing 4 defenders, you cannot hide a single fucking thing. And you think, going to that game, they're probably like, oh, we're going to enter on Cal Foote. And he held his own, showed that he wasn't nothing to fuck with. And I was very proud of the way that he played last night, positioning-wise and decisions with the puck. So my person who stepped it up and looks good is Cal Foote. I would like you to see you keep doing your motherfucking thing.
I love it. You convinced me.
Look good, right?
You did give me a what the fuck moment at first.
Look good, right?
I agree.
You thought I was going ahead, man.
Yeah, I did. But it sounds like it might be a little more of a shoot the puck segment for you.
Oh, and we're going to get right into it. Great segue. This is my shoot the puck segment. And it just goes out to fucking Victor Hedman.
Yeah.
For the love of God, if Victor Hedman does not win the Norris Trophy after last night, burn the whole trophy. Never give the trophy out again. Ever. How the fuck are you a defender? You have 2 or 3 points, 2 goals, and an assist. So 3 points. 3 points, skate 34 fucking minutes on the ice. I understand it's a long season, but he has played phenomenal this entire season. He's among top 5 of all defenders in points per game. He's averaging a point every single game, which is crazy for a fucking defender. My shoot the puck segment is, if he doesn't win the fucking Norris Trophy, burn the whole thing and never give out the Norris Trophy again, because it's a fucking joke if he does not win it. I understand he's like sometimes you're so good that you're just always expected to be so good and your greatness is underappreciated just because you're that good. But stop that. Like, there's no one that's comparing to the way that Victor Hedman is playing and the way that he's taken this team and given us so much. And name another defender that can be as lights out as Victor Hedman skating 34 minutes on the ice. You can't do it. You fucking can't.
Can't do it.
And don't tell me Cal McCarr, because I'll fucking throw a punch you. All right, Milkman.
Mine's actually going to be to my shoot the puck segment is going to go to actually not only Lightning fans, but Lightning Twitter, just the interaction of the team itself, especially while we're finishing up this Western tour here. The games are late. I admit it. I did not stay up for the entire Kings game. I fell asleep. Devin, true guy, stayed up for it. We need to keep the motivation going. We need to make sure the team knows that we're excited about this. And we need to just keep Lightning Twitter going happy. And even though we're going to be, I'm pretty sure, in San Jose pretty soon here. What are the next games coming up? Remind me the next couple of away games.
You got the Ducks on Friday, 10 p.m.
Yeah.
At the Sharks, 10:30 p.m.
Yeah, so we're in.
But
California.
those are weekend games. So like this one was tough though. It was the middle of the work week, game. I think Bolt's Twitter will still be on fire Friday and Saturday. Those are prime time watching at the bars and McDitton's, getting fucked up, taking lemon drop shot games, you know?
Yeah.
Watching some
taking
live
Soho
hockey.
over watching some Bolts, absolutely.
You know?
So
It's got
that's
those
an
big
easy
vibes.
10 o'clock to about midnight, 12:30 action right there.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. Let's keep the Bolts Nation on fire. Let's keep that intensity going the way that we have been. Because the team, they're feeding right now. They're eating, and I'm excited for it. We got most of our team back. Our defense, again, blue line's not very healthy, but the front line has been. A lot of our forwards have been healthy. Vassie's been healthy, and that's honestly the biggest thing for me. As long as Vassie's healthy, our forwards are healthy, and we got Hedman. I like our chances in general. So let's keep that energy up. Let's keep everything going, and fuck yeah, let's keep it rolling.
Let's fucking go, Milkman. Let's fucking go.
Fucking go. Yes.
Shout out to the Bucks or anyone that's listening. We're throwing a huge banger. Tailgate was a super success last week, bringing out wings and everything.
Even bigger this week.
Even bigger this week. And it's my fucking birthday on Sunday. And you know what the Bucks? You know what the Bucks did to me last year? They fucking won when I was in Green Bay. So they're gonna fucking win when we play against the Rams this week. They always like to give me a little extra present because they know that I'm a fucking good fan and I show up all the fucking time.
Before we close out, should we give some predictions for the game?
What, for the Bucks game?
Yeah.
We'll do Bucks and Bolts. I'm going
Bucks
another.
and Bolts, I like it.
We only have Friday and Saturday games, and then we come home and play Thursday, so we'll record before Thursday.
So just those 2 Cali games you talked about?
Just 2 Cali games.
We're going to win both.
I'm saying off the rip, 100% believe. Let's go out to Cali, fucking sweep their ass.
Let's keep that dub streak going. Are we at 4 right now?
We're 3. Yes, 4 in a row.
4 in a row? All right.
Yes.
So it's going to be 6 in a row next podcast. Awesome.
6 in a row.
Let's talk about the Bucks
prediction.
then for just a quick minute before we close out.
Quick prediction, Bucks by 3. I don't know a score. Last minute field goal, Ryan Suckup.
So you think it's
game.
Suckup's going to win the game? Okay.
You look worried.
I am worried. I'm not going to lie. I am worried in general. I am scared of the Rams. I was scared of the Rams last year. I'm scared of the Rams this year.
Little dick energy.
I think the defense is going to win the game. I don't think that we're going to have the last possession. And Tom Brady is the king of the last possession. I'm going to go the other way. I think that we take the lead with about a minute and a half to go, and our defense is the one who makes the stop. And we win within 1 possession. I don't know the exact score. I'm going to fucking 31-27. I don't know, something. And I think that the defense is the one who wins the game. I don't think it's Tom Brady that does it this time. And granted, he's obviously a major factor in winning the game, but I don't think he is. The ball is in his hand at the end of the game.
All right, we'll see. It's either going to be a really happy podcast next week or a really shitty podcast. I don't care what the Bolts do. I'm sorry. Football is my fucking life, and
No,
I love
the Bucks are our true
and
blood.
this goes for the Bolts too. When it's playoff time, you shift all your energy. Like you'll see a change of energy between us when it's regular season to postseason. We take it up a notch in our fandom. So right now I'm kind of cruising along with the Bolts, keeping along,
Especially
talking
the
about it,
game
informing
watching.
you guys. Yeah, but
The game watching
right now
is much more
I am
intense.
balls deep into the Bucks right now, and when I suffer losses for any of my sports team, I feel like I've been hit by a car the next day. Okay, so I kind of lay in
God
bed, kind of
forbid
work
it's
from
at
home type deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't break my heart on my birthday. So
No, it cannot happen at home, in person, in the divisional round.
Nope.
No, that's just too much heartbreak on the line there.
Too much heartbreak.
So let's hope TB12, the GOAT, comes out on top. I'm all about it. So I'm a huge fan, obviously, of the Bucks, and I'm excited for the game. It's gonna be an amazing tailgate. It's gonna be an amazing game in general.
Let's go. 9 a.m. We'll be out there. This has been another episode of the Loose Pucks. Go Bucks, go Bolts. Deuces.